Hey everybody, here we are again. Sorry about my scratchy throat. Anyway, hi, I'm back. Sorry about last week. I was traveling to California. Not sorry that I was traveling to a client's beautiful wedding at another client's beautiful winery with another client who drove with me, or I should say I drove with her, all the way up the 101 from LA to Santa Barbara. And oh my God, what a beautiful, beautiful time. I had so much fun. And then I'm sure some of you heard about my lovely little spontaneous yes to Motel 6. And I said, like, with a stranger, sleeping with a stranger. And a couple of my friends got a hold of me and were like, can you tell me a little bit more about that? So anyway, that's in my newsletter. If you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, please do that. Welcome to Revolutionary Love. This is our Revolutionary Love community. I'm so thrilled to have all of you here. We've got new people every week. And if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, please go onto my website, revolutionarylove.com. Click, you'll get a free copy, a free download of my ebook, Love, Sex, and the Spiritual Path. And you'll be kept up on all of these live streams, the topics that we're going to talk about during each month. And then also the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, I just decided I'm going to do something really fun and give away 6 gifts. One of them is going to be a $25 Amazon gift card. And the only requirements is that you need to be signed up for my newsletter. So make sure you go on and do that today. Tell your friends. It's really going to be fun. And then I just need you that day, even if you're at work, if you can take 30 seconds to just go on live and post a comment of what you're grateful for, then you're going to be put in the drawing. And I'll be on for an hour, and every 10 minutes I'm going to just draw a name from everybody who's commented and who's signed up for the newsletter and give something really cool away. And I mean, I've got some really cool gifts for you. A really beautiful scarf, $25 Amazon gift card. I just want to say thank you to all of you. I'm just grateful for all of you. So I just thought it would be fun. I'm not going to be talking to you about anything that day other than during that hour, the things that I am myself really, really grateful for, the people that I'm grateful for, and then I would love to get your comments of what you're grateful for. So I think it's going to be really fun. So let me just take one moment and say hi to some of you. Hi, Arwen. It's so nice to see you here. Hi, Savannah. How's everybody doing? Give me a thumbs up and a few hearts. Let me know that you're here. It's so fun. And you know, I'm really excited. While I'm waiting to say hi to a few people, I'm really excited about doing this little talk. It's not really a teaching today. It's just some thoughts about the holidays. And I don't usually talk about this stuff too much. I'm usually, you know, any of you who know me, I'm a little obsessed about talking about all things relationship. But this is really important. And I was talking to my friend/client as we were driving along the coast, and we were talking about the holidays and how sometimes, you know, for a lot of people, hi Dana, sometimes the holidays can be stressful and that kind of thing. And I just said, you know, I don't do workshops too much anymore about that kind of stuff or whatever. And she just said, Barb, I think it's really important. I think people really need to hear some of these things that we're talking about on this drive. So this isn't a fluff little like, oh, the holidays can be magical. I really want to talk to you today about the fact that 8 years ago, I made a change in my thinking, in my actions, in all kinds of things, and have really, you know, found a way to thoroughly enjoy the holidays now. And hi, Brian. Hi, Nancy. And I do think it's really important to talk about this. So this isn't a little holiday fluff thing like, yay, holiday magic. I believe the holidays truly can be magical. And the reason I say that is I know whether you guys love the holidays or go into overwhelm or stress, hi Maria, or you know, just automatically assume that, okay, there's going to be some good parts of the holidays and then these parts I'm going to tolerate, or I'm going to be around the toxic uncle or whatever. I honestly believe, I think all of us know that we experience those moments during the holidays that truly feel magical, where we suddenly go, oh my God, that sweet, sweet moment. What was that? That was beautiful. And I believe we experience it a little bit more at the holidays because there's some really like sort of beautiful things in our environment, like twinkling lights, like beautiful music maybe that we don't listen to all year round, like thinking a little bit more about others than just ourselves and our self-centeredness, including myself in that, and because we're not just thinking about gifts, we're thinking about time spent together and things. And people seem a little bit softer, a little more open to spontaneous connection. Definitely my experience is a little less protected. And so we have these sweet, surprising moments. Have you guys experienced that? Give me a heart, a thumbs up, something. I know we can also experience kind of the irritation and the short-temperedness of the holidays, but I myself experienced so many moments of people being like so cool and so open. I know, thumbs up to that. So I honestly believe that there's a way for us to create more of that. And the magical moments that I want to talk about, I believe, are truly little miracles happening. They really are. So for any of you who know about the Course in Miracles, I'm actually sure a huge number of my posse here, have worked with the Course in Miracles. The Course in Miracles talks about the definition of a miracle being a change in perception. And God, it just like makes me a little teary to think about today. I'm feeling I was listening to Christmas music and things all morning long. It makes me a little teary thinking about that because I know those times in my life where I've been so stuck or so down or so confused or whatever it is. And then by grace or intention or support or whatever it was, I had a change in perception. And there is nothing you can call that in my mind other than a miracle, a magical moment. So I want us to see if we can intentionally create more magical moments beginning with this holiday season right now. We're at November 8th, 9th. We're at November, I don't know, you guys. We're in the first part of November. And we've got a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, moving into Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate. Or maybe you just celebrate all of the beauty and the extra lights and the festivities out there. Maybe you celebrate nothing, but what you could do is open yourself to more meaningful connection this year. So that's what I just want to talk about here. I want to keep this really simple. I want to keep this shorter. I think it's important for us to think about a change in perception and intentionally looking at moving through this holiday time different. So what do? In my mind, and what helped me when I made this huge shift and had a huge change in perception about 8 years ago, I did these things and I want to share them with you. So the first thing I want to offer you is that we stop some things. That right now we absolutely agree to stop some things. And I'm going to look here at what I had again because there were so many things. Hi, Steph. So the very, very first, most important thing, this is, you guys, where you grab your journal, grab a notepad, write these down, okay? The very first thing we stop if we're going to start creating more magical moments and have a change in perception, a miracle, is we stop running these old stories. We stop running these old stories, you guys. What old stories? You know your old stories. So what are the old stories that we keep running, that my clients are struggling with, that I'm helping them shift right now, that your friends, that your family run, that you hear, the ones that you keep saying? What are the old stories you keep running that affect your holiday simplicity and ease? here's one from a lot of the clients that I work with, because we're talking about marriages or challenges or breakups or, being single or whatever. Here's some of the old stories that keep affecting this season. I'm single. That means I'm lonely. That means I'm not going to have as great a time as everybody who's coupled during the holiday season. It means I'm going to be left out. It means I feel alone. All of these old stories. How about if you're in the middle of a challenge in a relationship or a marriage? Oh my God, the holidays always suck for me. Here we go. I'm right here now, and what I know is that I'm going to be faced with my ex having a great, happy time. My kids are going over there. Holidays are never going to be the same for me. They've never been the same since my divorce, since my breakup. They're not going to be the same. Everything's going to feel bad. We've got a lot of old stories rerun. The very first thing that I'm going to encourage you to stop on the list of 3 is, would you be willing to stop running the old story? It's infecting everything that you do. It's infecting how you feel. It's infecting your emotional state. It's affecting your mental state. It's affecting, honestly, your physical well-being. I promise you. Are you willing to stop right now running the old story as we move into the holiday? The second one, are you willing to stop a very habitual way that we all have a tendency to go into the holidays? And that is with some similar stories, but really some deeply ingrained beliefs and habits, some patterns and habitual thinking that we have. We say things like, I've already heard this. I've heard people around me say this for the last week or so. Here we go. Oh my God, going into the holiday craziness. How many of you heard that already? And how many of you want to tell me that you've said it? Come on, tell me right now. Give me a thumbs up or a heart. How many of you have heard that? How many of you have said that? Here we go, into the craziness. Or oh my gosh, okay. Kind of like they'll talk to me and be like, okay, all right, I'm going to get on top of it this year. I mean, their voice changes, their breathing is short. I got to get on top of this year. I usually go into overwhelm. That's just what I knew. I know everything gets crazy. I mean, think about that. You know what the universe says, don't you? Whatever you say, whatever you're putting out there, whatever mold you are creating, the universe says, you can say it with me, the universe says, come on, tell me you guys, what does the universe always say to whatever we say? The universe says, yes. The universe, your higher power, God, whatever you want to call it, spirit, your intuition, is for you. It's for me. It's always wanting the highest and best for us and everyone else. So guess what? No matter what we say, the universe says, okay, awesome, great, yes, more of that you want, okay. Okay, so if you're saying, I am leading with ease into my holidays this year, the universe goes, yeah, cool, awesome, I'll give you more of that. And if you say, oh my God, here we go, I'm bracing myself, going into the holiday craziness as usual, every year I'm just going to have to white knuckle it and get through, the universe goes, okay, awesome, I'll give you more of that, love you. Really? Do you believe that? I do. So we've got to let go of these habitual ways that we think just about the holidays. So we're going to let go. Write these down. I want you to look at them later. We're going to let go of our own personal stories that affect how we move into the holidays or how we view the holidays or how we look at our time spent during the holidays. We're going to let go of our habitual ways of moving into the holidays and just viewing the holiday time itself. It's stressful, it's overloading, it's crazy, it's all about retail and gifts, I hate it, blah, 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 blah. We're going to let go of those too. And what we're then going to do, as I'm looking at what we're stopping, this one may sound funny to you, but I'm going to ask you to stop doing all the things that you love. So just think about that for a minute. You heard me right. I'm going to ask you to stop doing all the things that you absolutely love during the holidays. Why would I say that? My emphasis is on all. We're going to talk about what I want you to start. So let me just say, when I'm saying that I want you to stop doing all the things you love during the holidays, I'm sure you know where I'm going with this. I could list 30 things right now for you. I personally am one of those who loves the holidays. I could list 30 things for you that I love doing. But one of the ways that I got into overwhelm and stress and frantically running around and ending up not enjoying my holidays is because I had so many things I actually really, really love doing. And I decided I was going to do all of them. I want you to stop now doing all of the things that you love. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to start. So what are we going to start then? What we're going to start is with a very short list. I want to know 3 things that you absolutely love during the holiday season. You can write down those 30 things, but I want to know 3 that you say, when I engage in these things, when I create that feeling tone in myself every day around these kind of things, when I surround myself with these kinds of things, it makes my holiday season feel rich and meaningful and beautiful and full of ease and full of grace and full of simplicity. What are those 3 things? I don't care what they are. It doesn't matter if you cut out things like a traditional Christmas Eve, party that you've been going to with all of your family that you pretty much never see the whole year. And you say, you know what? That isn't actually one of the 3 things that bring me great joy. And what are we talking about? Lots of magical moments. Lots of feeling of connection and peace and joy and happiness. I don't actually get that out of this gathering. Where I get it is I remember 2 years ago that time that I took myself out on Christmas morning and went for that really beautiful hike with the best pumpkin latte that I've ever had in my life. And I just walked and did a walking meditation and thought about everything I was grateful for. I don't know what your things are. Maybe your thing is building a gingerbread house. Maybe you're one of those who actually loves holiday cards. I do. But you know what? If it's not one of the top 3 that you really love, that create these beautiful magical feelings internally and in your world, don't do them. Don't send out holiday cards. So that's the first thing we start. We start with making a list of all the things you love and picking the 3 that you go, you know what? Come hell or high water, man, I'm sticking with these 3. And the rest, I'm going to be brave enough, because it will take some courage, trust me. You're going to get a pushback. I'm going to be brave enough to let the rest go this year. And I really encourage you to get support. And if you need to use me as an excuse, I do not care. I have clients that will say, you know what? I'm working with the coach this year. So part of my homework and part of my practice is figuring out what I do this holiday season that brings me magical moments and great joy, and cutting everything else out and just seeing how that goes this holiday season. So, sorry, I'm being true to myself, and I've told my coach I'd do my homework. You know what? You need permission from me. I'm waving the magic wand. You have permission from me. You never need permission from anybody, and you don't need it from me. But if you want it, you got it, okay? Start there. That's what we start with. We start with intentionally picking just a few things, 3 things that we absolutely love, and letting go of everything else. The second thing we do, I'm going to actually read an example to you. I so encourage you to do this, to start every single morning with your morning spiritual practice, right? You all have one? That might be a good thing to start. 5 minutes of a morning meditation or prayer, or just closing your eyes and breathing deeply. Adding in, starting tomorrow, okay? A daily affirmation that you read in the morning before you head out into the world, and that you keep with you. Man, tape this thing on the dashboard of your car. Put it on your mirror in the bathroom. Stick it in your pocket or in your purse and look at it over and over. When you start to feel stressed or feel like magical moments, are you kidding? Oh my God, I'm starting to get really wound up. Read a soothing affirmation to yourself around this holiday time. So most of you always ask me, can you give me an example of that? Okay, here's one. If you want to write this down and use it, you can. Here's one that I've been using, okay? I easily move through this day, remaining open to magical moments and letting everything else gently go. Doesn't that feel good just when I say it? Okay, let me read it again if you want to write this down. I easily move through this day, remaining open to magical moments and letting everything else gently go. Think about if you said that to yourself all day long. If you just took the time to course correct during the day when you started to go like, oh my God, I'm getting irritable, or oh my God, I'm getting irritable with my partner, or oh my gosh, I'm going out and there's so many people here in the line at Starbucks. And you started saying that. I easily move through this day, breathing, remaining open to magical moments, and letting everything else gently go. I'm telling you, this is how we're changing our perception. This is how we're changing our habitual thinking. This is how we can move into the holiday season, creating this ease over and over and over. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Super good one, she said. And the last, what we're going to start, of the 3 things we're going to start, we're going to start looking for ways to create little tiny magical moments for another person. Not for you. I want you to remain open. I want you to remain open. And your busyness and overwhelm shuts down any possibility of you being aware and receiving magical moments. But I want you, number 3, to start creating small, simple, little magical moments for others, which means you can't be stressed. You have to be in the present moment as much as you can. You have to be willing to be out of yourself and look and notice, where could I create just a little bit of magic, joy, beauty, kindness, simplicity for another person. You know, I know most of you here, whether we call it random acts of kindness or whatever we want to call it, do that kind of thing on a pretty regular basis anyway. The only reason I want you to focus on it right now is I notice that during the holiday time, people are softer and more willing to receive. Their walls, like I said, walls of protection are down. And I find there's ways to also be more more generous, more open, more giving, and because people receive it easier. So I don't know, small, tiny, magical moments. Sure, maybe it's something that we talk about a lot, like just buying a cup of coffee for the person behind you. That's really cool. Maybe as somebody's struggling out the door with some bags, to just simply go, hey, let me hold that for you. Can I help you? You get this, this is slipping out or whatever, and smiling. Maybe, I don't know. I'm sure you guys have some ideas. But it's part of that practice of like gratitude, thinking about others, looking for magical little ways to just do something sweet. When we begin to create or look for magical moments to compliment somebody, to just say, oh my God, I love your gloves. Where did you find those? Or to talk to the person if you're looking at a Christmas tree or you're walking down a hiking path and someone's coming the other way. Maybe you nod, maybe you don't say anything, but maybe during this holiday season, you start saying, hey, happy holidays. Like, I love that. I love that right now people start saying more things like happy holidays. So let me take a little drink of water here. My scratchy throat's getting me. This is what I'm hoping we can do right now, is look, and from this day through the new year, as we land very quickly into January, look at what we can stop, what we can intentionally start, and how we could practice really moving into this beautiful holiday season with a change in perception, with more ease, with more grace, with more love and more kindness. Doing that very intentionally, having that ripple effect move out to the people around you in your inner circle, into your community, and out into our world. You hear me say this every week, and I'm going to repeat it again. You're part of a revolutionary love group. It's not just a nice title here. Revolutionary, different, radical, different than what we normally do. Revolutionary love group. Loving differently. Doing it in a way that requires bravery, courage, resilience, inner strength, to show up as the man or woman that you want to be, regardless of what anybody else is doing, to get out of reactivity and to respond. And as we move into the holiday season, responding in an intentional way that is creating more magical moments for yourself and for others. It's all about love. It's all about letting the love flow. It's all about kindness. So please take a moment and share this with anybody else who could find this comforting, soothing, and maybe experience a whole different kind of holiday season. If you will do me and those people that favor and share this with anyone you know, that's going to create a beautiful ripple effect in our world. Love and blessings to all of you. I'm so glad you're here. Talk to you soon.